In this video tutorial, we will show you how to download, save, and update firmware. The two mediums for this operation are the keypad and the onboard micro SD card inside the application control board. The first thing to discuss is how to verify what firmware version your unit is currently using. For this, plug in the keypad to the powered unit and hit the function button. Use the down arrow to navigate to function number 9, then select it. Then you will see the motor information, serial number, and firmware revision. Every VIDAR unit comes with a micro SD card inside of it. They can be purchased at any local department store but must be in the XFAT format. If a new mandatory firmware update is required, we will always either provide you a new micro SD card with the firmware preloaded on it, or a representative will come on site to assist you. Before updating firmware, disengage power and remove the old SD card. To do this, simply push the free end of the SD card inwards, and you should hear an audible click before the spring pushes the card free. Pull the card out, then insert the new one in the same slot. Push it in until you hear the click. Now you may turn power back on as long as the high voltage side of the terminal box is covered. Let's go find where to select and upload a new firmware file using a micro SD card as the source. With your new micro SD card inserted and the keypad plugged in, press the function button. Press the down arrow until you reach function number 10, the keypad setting. Select it. Then scroll down to number 4 named Firmware Update and select it. Press the Select button again to reveal all files saved onto the micro SD card. Choose the correct file, then acknowledge Yes to begin the firmware update. Once the upload is complete, go ahead and power cycle the unit. The unit will come online with the new firmware in place. You may receive the 170 fault code which says there is a firmware mismatch. Don't worry about this. Most commonly, you will have to update what we call the microcontroller unit, which contains one file for the control board processor and another for the motor logic processor. Once you update these two, that fault code will go away. Very rarely will a firmware update be required on the FPGA. If you've been instructed to update more than one file, simply repeat the process. This time, select the other firmware file and cycle power once again. You'll notice the 170 fault code doesn't appear this time. Hopefully this video has helped you update firmware for your units. As always, if you need our assistance, contact us at our website or give us a call and we would be happy to assist, especially with this process. Thanks for watching and have a great day.